Well, as comfortable as I am right now, as soon as our food is done roasting on the fire, I think it's about time for Grug to finally move out of the area. Anyways, welcome back to the polar north, or just a cold area in general, in Vintage Story. And today, I think is going to be the day we move on to, I was about to say greener pastures, but all I see is white in the horizon, so I guess whiter pastures. Yeah, it really doesn't make sense here, but I will still be traveling out in search of a better home, because right now, where I'm at, there's not a lot of resources other than the water and a few trees. I would like to settle somewhere with a little bit more trees and maybe some more Arctic stashes. So yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna do. It looks like our food is also done, so I can go ahead, grab that, take the rest of the firewood, destroy the campfire. I should have not done that because I just lost the dry grass, but now that we've done that, we can go grab our trot line, especially the cordage, and move out. And that's really all I have in mind right now. Though as I am traveling down, I will be on the lookout for more animals that I can hunt. But the main thing is me grabbing as much cordage as possible, in which I grabbed most of it. Hopefully, it does look like some of it did fall down to the bottom, but it looks like it's just the hooks, which I can replace very easy. Now, the one good thing about this entire trip is that Grug is currently at 37.7 degrees of body temperature, giving me a small amount of padding when it comes to the harsh, cold climates. I'll let you know if I find any animals or food along the way, because I am gonna be hunting as much as possible in order to make fur clothing. It's gonna be quite the distance down though, so yeah, it's just time to explore a little bit. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot that there are eldritch horrors beyond my comprehension in this game as well. Not only are we gonna be dealing with the cold, but very soon we might have to worry about drifters. I'm gonna ignore that massive portal to hell for now, and we're gonna continue southward. We have hit some nice valleys here, and as nice as that sounds, because, you know, windbreaks and all, I don't think wind is calculated within the outside temperature. We have dropped a few degrees of warmth, and by a few degrees, I mean 0.3 so far. So we're doing pretty good, and it also looks like we have ourselves a small little castle up here. Other than that, though, there are no trees in the nearby vicinity. So it's a good thing I did pack the firewood. So if I do get too cold, we can set up a quick camp wherever. But let's see what we have inside this nice little cobblestone building here. We have a cracked tool vessel with a copper pickaxe. Okay, wow, that's genuinely huge. Okay. Wow, with this copper pickaxe, we have basically went all the way to the Stone Age, or not Stone Age, the Metal Age. Awesome. We're still gonna need to cast out some tools, but that is extremely nice. And inside the second pot here, we have even more cattails and flax fiber. Oh, that is some good stuff, including the flax twine. All right, that is genuinely huge. With the flax twine, we can either A, repair our clothing, or B, use that to make crude bows and arrows and even long bows later. And with the other thing, the cattails, I can finally go and make my last hand basket using the rest of the cattails to make cordage. That is also a polar bear. We're gonna go around the long way with that. I am also dying of starvation. Okay, we are definitely gonna need to find a nice place very soon. But I do want to check to see if I can make anything out of the cattails right now, in which we can make poultices, hunter backpacks, beanades, crude shields, and a reed chest. And honestly, I'm just gonna make the rest into cordage. That way, as soon as we do get established somewhere, I can set up more fisherman lines. But yeah, I'm not gonna settle up until I see a nearby forest with hopefully nearby lake access as well. So yeah, it's back to traveling. We are running pretty low on food, but the 5 cooked bushmeat should be able to push me a little bit further. That is another polar bear. We're gonna ignore that as well. Man, those portals do go crazy though. Anyways, it looks like we got another ruin right up here. And hopefully, when we crest this hill, there are actually no trees in sight. Ooh, aside from this small pocket here, honestly, I think we're gonna start to move over towards that location because I am getting very cold and I am gonna need to set up camp for the night to hopefully get more food as well. I swear these polar bears are going to be the end of me. They appear in the most random places, and when I'm going through some very hilly terrain like this, it would be very easy to come across an unsuspecting bear, and that unsuspecting bear would not be too receptive about me scaring it. So far, though, we are making pretty good progress scaling these icy mountains, and I think we are just on the other side of it. Yeah, we are. Okay, we don't have too much longer to go. It does seem like this is the only pocket of trees for a good chunk of a time here. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to settle for the bare minimum for now. We are making very good progress when it comes to traveling south. I doubt I'll ever see anything other than white and snow because I did set it to a snowball world. But it would be pretty cool to slowly travel down south to where the temperature won't be much of an issue. Because right now, it's actually -1 degrees. I guess that makes sense because it is the hottest time of the day, with it being midday. I'm gonna slowly parkour my way up these mountains in hopes that I won't fall and destroy my legs. What can I say? It looks like all those years of Minecraft parkour have finally paid off. And would you look at that? We have finally made it over towards the small foresty area. And I have to say, this is a terrible place to be. I mean, it's not the worst, right? But it being so down into the ground and just being surrounded by countless amounts of highlands really isn't the best, but it is the only tree patch literally for miles out here, so we're gonna have to make do with what we have. And I think as soon as I settle down that way, we're gonna break some holes in the ice, set up our basic fishery, get a basic igloo going with our shovel, and hopefully we'll be able to catch a whole bunch more fish when I move down. By the way, I have not seen any Arctic foxes around the area. So, yeah, no bushmeat for today. We are gonna be subsisting off of fish. And if the RNG for the fish doesn't pay off, we will be starving. So, hopefully I can tap into my, my fishing roots and find some real nice fillets to nom on for a bit. We have finally moved on from the sand gravel, or not sand gravel, from the sandy soil moving over to slate, which is pretty exciting. We also have a bunch of packed glacier ice, and overall, it's really not the worst. It's, it also looks like we have some native copper bits here. That would be extremely helpful if I could make charcoal right now. Actually, I could make charcoal, but that's going to use up a lot of the dry grass we have, and I won't be able to properly use a copper up until I get some clay. And I think the only way we're going to get clay is through panning, so we're going to ignore that. We're going to move up to the lakeside area right down here, and we'll figure that out later. Ooh, there's also some ruins down there that I want to go check out. So we do have a few things for me to occupy myself with while I am waiting for the night to blow over. Okay, this is where the ice is, but it seems like it's a very shallow lake here. I would like somewhere that's a little bit deeper, like here. Okay, we're starting to move over to the more deep areas. Alrighty, yeah, that's a little bit deeper, and hopefully we can actually catch fish here. I am gonna clear out some of the nearby area as well to kind of make more room for it. But let's go slap down our rough-hewn fences, just like that, dropping our cordage alongside it. Okay, never mind, we actually can't place down our cordage here. We are gonna have to move out. We are getting pretty cold though, so before I do head out fully, I think we're gonna go make a quick campfire, drop down some firewood, make myself a torch, which is going to be very important for my future travels, and then move out throughout the night. The one good thing about the Arctic is that nights aren't really that much of an issue. I haven't even seen it get very dark, and even if it does, it's going to be completely clear out with the Aurora Borealis keeping me company. So yeah, let's go set down a quick campfire, warm up for a minute, and continue moving. We got 4 more cooked bushmeat, so we should be able to push it a little bit further. Now you might be asking yourself, why am I making a torch? And that's quite simple. For one, you can use it as a fire starter, and 2, if I carry it in my offhand, it can offset a lot of the colder temperatures, which is extremely nice because whenever I move away from fires, I am basically working against the clock. And the way we do make a torch is by combining a couple of sticks and a couple of pieces of dead grass, giving me an extinguished torch in which I can throw right into a fire to light it all proper. That way I actually have a light source and a portable way to keep warm. It's not gonna completely save me from hypothermia, but it is a whole lot better than nothing. So while that cooks up, we can go look around the area a tiny bit more, because we do have a seed vessel, which is actually useless for me. Okay, yeah, you know what? Let's just move out. I'm gonna take the rest of the firewood, and we will see what else the world has to offer me. Hopefully, it offers a much better location than this place with deeper lakes, so I can actually make some food. Alright, now begins the fun part of trying to scale this entire mountain. Let's hope I don't fall and hurt myself too badly here, and waste too many calories as well. Oh man, why is this actually staged like a Minecraft parkour map? I am not the biggest fan of this, but I am decent enough to get a nice foothold down. But it is still extremely stressful because if I die, it's basically permadeath. There's no way I can recover after this. So yeah, that's just something fun to keep in mind while I am pulling off these crazy jumps all the way across the area. Another thing I could do is actually just break the snow as well. That's probably the smarter thing to do instead of trying to, you know, fight fate, I guess. Oh, okay, let's drop it here. Also, one last thing. I do have an offhand slot for this torch, but when you have items in your offhand slot, you do get hungrier faster, so I do want to try and keep stuff out of my offhand slot to avoid becoming too hungry, especially when food is as scarce as it is. That is terrifying. That actually sent like a primal shiver down my spine. We're gonna ignore the bear. We're gonna continue southward through the nameless expanse. Oh, why are there so many bears, man? It's fine. It's fine. I have fire. I have a torch. I am much smarter. I am better than these polar bears. I think this is gonna be a very boring night, so I guess I'll see all of you when I make it to day 3. And hopefully, on day 3, we'll have something to show rather than just nothing. Absolutely nothing for miles, just a flat, icy plain. Don't mind the bear in the background, but I do have very good news. If you look over that way, I think we might have found more Arctic foxes to hunt. This is extremely good news for me because I only have a small portion of meat left. There are only 2, but with those 2 foxes, that's like an extra few hours of my life. There's actually a whole bunch around the area. So right now, I think we just go on a massive hunting spree with these foxes and try to get as much meat and resources as possible. If I get 8 small hides and 1 more lump of fat, I will be able to start curing the pelts in order to use them into usable furs. So yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of hunting and continue down southward. It's actually getting more flat as time goes on, and I'm not sure how I feel about that, but at least meat's back on the menu, boys. Oh my lord. I am counting 7 foxes. I did take a hit killing those 2 before, but looking at what I'm seeing right now, I think there's gonna be fox chili back tonight, boys. Glug, 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 yeah. Glug, 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 yeah. Ooh, caribou. Now, I might be freezing to death right now from the amount that I'm spasming, but we have gotten ourselves quite the Hall of Raw Bushmeat. Man, I am freezing to death, huh? It is currently negative 16 degrees out, so you know what? I think this is a perfect time to set up an igloo. But yeah, we have gotten quite a bit of supplies. 17 raw hides and 13 morsels of bushmeat. And right now, I need to dig out an igloo. It is getting extremely cold, so let's go set up a quick little fire and we can cook up all of this food. Oh yeah, I'm so excited. I'm actually so freaking happy that we found this. This is such a boon for Krug. And even if I did take a couple of hits, putting me at half health, by the way, those are just foxes. 2 hits from a fox put me at half health. That's how weak and pitiful I am. But hopefully, as more time goes on, I can become more of an apex predator. But yeah, let's go dig out enough snow to actually enclose the igloo, and I think we will be staying here for the night while this stuff cooks up, prim and proper. I'm also going to use a horsetail poultice, so I don't starve myself any further. We do only have 2 left, so I do need to watch out for that now. Alright, not bad though. Let's go make this look like a real house now. And there it is, my very own igloo. Another thing that I will be doing is I'll be making more of these igloos around the area, but this time, because I realized I don't get any resources from breaking the campfires, I am gonna be just leaving them out here. Also, I ran out of firewood. It's a good thing I packed some extras. But yeah, instead of actually breaking the campfire, I'm gonna leave them here, and I'm actually gonna mark them down as campsites. So if worst case scenario, I do get lost, I do run out of resources, I can run back to these knowing that I have a place to stay for shelter and that I have a fire that I could possibly start up without needing any dry grass inside. But while that is cooking up, we are warming up quite a bit more as well. And in order, oh my, it is negative 17 degrees right now, man. It is rough, but I am going to spend the rest of the time digging up more snow blocks, so if I do need to make another shelter in the future, I don't need to spend time digging it out, and I can just slap it down. That and having some placeable blocks on hand will help my survival. Let's say I fall down a pit, or I need to build away from a bear that is hot on my heels. So yeah, we'll do that for a little bit, and maybe when it gets a little bit, you know, warmer out, we can leave. Ooh, actually, there is one last thing I do want to do. Because I've forgotten that if you butcher corpses, like the fox here, you can actually break their carcass and get bones. And with these bones, I can actually use them for impromptu tool handles, and I can carve out fishing hooks with said bones. So these are going to be a pretty nice resource. Sadly, I can't eat the marrow, or else that would be actually extremely cool. But it does look like it is daylight out. By the way, this being like the Arctic North really messes with me because of how weird the day and night cycles are. We were covered in light the entire time, but it's still day 3. It's really weird, and I am waiting for the one time it actually becomes like fully night and it stays there for like a few weeks or so. Anyways, our bushmeat is almost cooked up, so we will be able to leave real soon. I do have to say, the inside of these igloos are extremely comfortable, and I would never have thought I would have said that, but just having a nice fire inside an enclosed room is such a nice thing to have. We're gonna take out the rest of the firewood, and we're gonna take out the rest of our cooked bushmeat. Good for 48.8 days, one of the benefits of living in the Arctic. Of course, when I take it in my inventory, it does get lowered by quite a bit, but still 5 days is more than enough time to eat it all. So yeah, let's go head out even further south in search of better lands. We'll keep our torch out to negate the cold, and if I were to look outside right now, it's still negative 16 degrees. That's why I brought an extra torch, and we have enough resources to make multiple camps like this, so let's get moving. Actually, that's so cool. I didn't realize it, but me waiting in here for so long had it get snowed in. Like, oh, that's so cool. Okay. I really do hope we come across a forest soon, because I'm looking around and it's looking barren. Ooh, actually, if I head down to the southeast, there is a lake and potentially more trees. So we'll start to head off in that direction in hopes of finding a better land to settle down in. And finally, we have made it over towards the small forest. It looks like we have more pine trees out here and even more flat ground, but what I like about this place is not the polar bear down over there, but the fact that the lake seems to go on for quite a while. It is frozen over, but that lake means another food source. So let's try to scale this down. That is so deep. Okay. I did not think about this. We're gonna go up and around through that way down here, and maybe I'll end the episode over at that very small cabin. You can kind of see, actually, that's a trader wagon. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna move down there right now, and we'll see if we can find anything cool around the area. Okay, cool. We were able to make it down that way without taking any fall damage. By the way, I really regret not taking any of that dirt that I had found in the previous episode, because I'm looking around the area and I see nothing for miles. But I think this would be a good spot to end the episode. There are a bunch of places for me to explore, there is some water nearby for me to capitalize, and there are so many Arctic foxes out around for me to hunt. And we have survived our third day. It seems like it has warmed up as well, with it only being -4 degrees outside. So yeah, if you guys have liked this episode, be sure to like, favorite, share, and subscribe for more. For when Grug continues to get more bushmeat, continues to get more fish, hopefully, in the future, and maybe finds a forest that is bigger than like 5 sparse trees around the area. There is a massive lake for me to explore, and the possibilities are endless. Anyways, peace the hell out, everyone.